I'm going to be honest with you. I used to love watching Monster Jam. As a kid, I watched events all the time, loving the carnage and destruction and the huge flips. And I dreamed and aspired to be a driver of a Gravedigger or a Max D and be a legend in the industry. But slowly, as I aged, that want has slowly dwindled away. Now, when looking for an answer to this, you may just say that I have been matured since my childhood, which yes, would be a fair argument, but when looking deeper, the fundamentals of Monster Jam have changed so much since I was a child, and I fear that Monster Jam may never be the same again. Now if you don't know, the World Finals, which is the Monster Jam Championship, that era has only been around for 20 years. And monster trucks themselves have only been around for like 36 years, since the original Bigfoot was created. And while you may say, yes, this isn't a very long time frame compared to like Major League Baseball, which has been around for over 100 years, the legacy that it's built in this time is incredible. Like, I remember things such as Dennis Anderson's 40-point performance, or Charlie Palkin's 39 in the World Finals. And just thinking of these events makes me wonder, what happened to the Monster Jam that I loved? The differences in the Monster Jam rules since my childhood begin with the scoring system. Now let me tell you a thing or two about the scoring system. Back in the day, it was perfect. There was a 0 to 40 scale, and with professional judges that were completely unbiased, by the way. They judged the trucks on which one actually did better in the competition. And 0 to 40, and yeah, I thought this was the perfect scale. Every truck had a fighting shot. They could win, and with these professional judges, we wouldn't get like biased fans like determining competitions. And nowadays, we have biased fans determining competitions. For some reason, Monster Jam thought it would be a great idea if the fans judged the competitions. And it gets worse. Fans were allowed to judge the World Finals, which is the championship. So you're now putting this entire industry in the hands of biased fans who could rig the competition in their favor by making their favored winner the highest score. Now this is incredibly stupid. And another big change they made was the scoring system itself. Instead of the 0 to 40 scale, which I thought was absolutely perfect, they changed to a 0 to 10 scale, opening up 3 decimal spots. Now, this rendered a tie practically impossible. There's no way anyone's gonna tie. Now remember when Cam McQueen and Jim Kohler were tied in the World Finals? The competition was over, but they were tied, and the suspense was still there. After the competition, there was still suspense on who would win. That's gone. That's not happening anymore. And that's just really the biggest problem with this. Now, some may argue that this is a good thing. It would be more fair to avoid controversy in any tiebreaker scenarios. Do not try to tell me that things would be more fair when you have fans judging. Back in the early days of Monster Jam, carnage and wreckage was what it was all about. Trucks crushing cars, making jumps, destroying other automobiles. I remember they had those white, I think what they're called, camping trucks. I'm gonna feel stupid for not remembering what they're called. And they would just plow right through them. It was the most entertaining things out there as a kid. It's been the culture and probably the core purpose of these vehicles. since they were conceived. Now obviously in the early days these trucks weren't as durable, they obviously weren't built as tough as they are now, and they couldn't hold as many hits. But as recently as like 5 years ago, Carnage was still an essential part of Monster Jam. I remember after each World Finals competition had concluded, I would patiently sit on my couch with my little bowl of goldfish, like the little plastic bowls, and just wait for the encore. Now if you don't know what an encore is, it was like this post-World Finals show basically displaying Carnage, and only Carnage. That's what made it entertaining. And I remember like the Gravedigger one for the 30th anniversary, that was solely based on destroying 8 Gravedigger trucks. There was no other purpose. And a year later after that, the Max D Encore, he did a double backflip, but the other 3 trucks, they all got wrecked. And it was so entertaining. And they were allowed to run with like a wheel maybe. One wheel and a cage. And like, go mad. They could run with like no shocks on. Be like in pieces on the track. And now if you do something as simple as break a shock, they could shut down your truck. Now as a Monster Jam fan myself, or at least I was a Monster Jam fan before this, I still cannot recall the last time that I received an advertisement for or about Monster Jam. I also cannot recall the last time someone came up to me like, hey, did you see that competition? Or, hey, did you see that epic performance? I don't remember this, and that's a shame. Like other leagues such as like the NBA or the NFL, they market their players. They put ads everywhere. They market upcoming events. They market teams. And due to this marketing, they gain popularity, they get more fans, more lifetime fans, and in turn they have more success. Now if you compare this to Monster Jam, they have almost no marketing. I seriously cannot recall the last time I got an ad for them. And even like the World Finals, I have not seen a World Finals ad until I went onto the website and literally was looking for World Finals tickets. And that's why I feel that like the legacy of Monster Jam is slowly dying. And why I fear that Monster Jam itself may be coming to an end. Now this is the most important section of the video. For many people growing up, Scott Douglas was the voice of Monster Jam. He has called countless events and many World Finals, and he grew in popularity as a fan favorite. Can you guess what Monster Jam did to us? Yeah, they took Scott Douglas from us. Now he's not dead, believe it or not, he's not even out of the industry. But he is no longer calling events. Now when this news came out, it crushed whatever was left of hope for me, for Monster. Thank you so much for watching. This was a little bit of a different video format. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Save us, Scott. Now, in conclusion, this sport is in some serious trouble. The excitement factor from thrilling, close, and fairly scored competitions is gone. The carnage and crushing that we all loved is gone. The marketing is practically non-existent, and the face of the industry has left his role as an event caller. As sad as it makes me to say, this industry is dying, and the only way to fix it is to revert it back to what it was and give us fans what we want.